Now, after the week I've had on the F1 game, I can confidently say that Las Vegas is the worst thing to be added to the F1 game since F1 esports. Now, my hatred for F1 esports is a topic for another time and another video. However, Vegas... all I'll say is if you clicked on this video expecting good driving, you're not going to have a good time. So here we are, currently sitting P3 on the grid, and it's lights out and away we go. It's a pretty bad start because it's in the wet, and it's one thing you know about me, it's that I'm bad in the wet, especially at this track. We're around the outside of someone and they get forced off track because there just isn't enough room. And yeah, 2 corners in, we're down to second last. And I'm genuinely not joking when I say this. Those 2 corners are probably the highlight of this race. The first issue I faced happened at turn 8. I was chasing the squabbling pack ahead before I lose the car and go straight into the barriers. We get a broken wing, but this would actually be the best condition my car would be in for the entire race. Because of the unbelievably ridiculous and... am I recording? I am recording. Oh, thank God. I genuinely just had a fucking panic if I didn't press record and I just done this entire first segment just not recording at all. The fear I just felt then, that was ridiculous. Because of the unbelievably stupid and completely ridiculous straight down this track, what? I genuinely think I'm a little bit illiterate, you know? Or like mentally illiterate. Is that a thing? I don't actually know, but it feels like I am. Because of the unbelievably ridiculous and completely stupid straight on this track, I was able to get P4 down towards turn 14. Up the inside, we actually got a braking point correct, the spot, well, almost correct, but it doesn't matter because we lose the car on the exit, and we break the rest of our wing. So at the end of lap 1, just a quick summary, we started P3, and we're going to come into the pit in P6 to fix our wing. But it's okay, it is Vegas, so there will be carnage, so all I need to do is not make a mistake, and we can make up some positions. I know it's me I'm commentating over, but even then, I've got absolutely no faith in that man's ability. So, as we begin the undercut of all undercuts, I've hit the wall again. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just to add to my misery, as we come through turn 14, 15 and 16, I obviously miss the apex because I've got the broken wing again, and I do an absolutely identical spin and break my wing at exactly the same spot on the barrier once again. So just a quick lap 2 summary as we come into the pit for the second time. I came out in P6. I've actually made up a position because I'm currently sitting in P5. I almost lost it coming out of the pit. I understeered into a barrier and chipped a bit of my wing off. I then spun in exactly the same way as the previous lap, hit the barrier in exactly the same place, and I'm still yet to cross the finish line. On lap number 3, for the first time in this race, I'm going to cross the finish line. It's not going to be with a fixed wing though, as I understeer to the outside barrier and I completely shatter my entire wing for a 3rd time. You may be thinking it's just understeer that I'm struggling with. Don't worry, it's braking as well. And yeah, this next clip, it's just not pretty at all. I don't even really want to commentate over it because it's just that wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay. Well, it's not really worth my breath, to be honest. That was... yep, you quit that lobby, pass Connor. That was... I genuinely don't have the words to describe that race. I can only apologise that you had to watch that. Well, perhaps the issue is that I'm just not good at Las Vegas in the dry. So, you know what? We've got a dry race. Wait, did I say... I said dry, didn't I? Fuck. Well, maybe the issue is I'm just not good at Las Vegas in the wet. So, we've got a dry race. Fucking can't fucking speak, man. Well, maybe the issue is I just can't drive Las Vegas in the wet. So we've got a dry race. Why can't I fucking say it? I cannot fucking say it. What the fuck? Race. 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 Well, maybe the issue is I just can't drive Las Vegas in the wet. So we've got a dry race. Lights out and away we go. There's a few cars that well, quite a few cars. I fucking say it and I just ah! Normally I cut these bits out of my commentary because there's so many of them, but given the driving quality that I'm bringing to this video, I may genuinely have to include this just to add some level of content. Okay, so maybe the issue is that I just can't drive. You know what I'm going to say? we've got a dry race around Las Vegas. Lights out and away we go. A lot of people jump start off the line. There's a little bit of carnage, but all I want really is just a clean race, and I've broken my fucking wing already. And again, I've hit him for the third time, just for good measure, you know, make it, you know, follow the rule 3. We've broken our wing at turn 2. Don't worry, I'm a fucking expert at driving with no winger on this track. You're not going to believe this, guys, but at the end of lap 1, I'm pulling into the pit to fix my wing and change my tyres. So with a fresh wing and medium tyres this time, all I wanted to do was get some level of fucking consistency and try and get used to this track, and we actually make up our first position of the video. As it stands at the end of lap 2, we have not broken our wing, so it's going pretty well. We currently sit P14 behind this guy. We don't make it through the final corner, but we don't break our wing this time. We managed to hold the car together. I've got no words to describe this piece of shit of a person that's sitting right there. So on lap number 3, we find ourselves down the absolutely fucking massive straight. There's a car behind us, and there is absolutely no point in defending. 1, because I got no pace, and 2, because it's a fucking massive straight, and there's literally nothing I can do. Down towards turn number 5, we're being harassed by this guy behind us, so we're going to get him to the inside, hopefully get a cutback on him. No, I don't have the pace or the ability for a cutback. We're down to 16th. Now I will let you in on a little secret for this next clip. I thought I was coming on to the massive straight once again, so I see the mistake of the guy ahead, and then I realise we're not on the massive straight, I'm on the outside, and I have failed what would have been a really easy overtake. On lap 4, we make up a position because someone's facing the wrong way. I can only sympathise with him, I know that feeling all too well. Much like the entirety of this video, I'm not proud of this next clip, but we currently sit P14, going to turn to P13 as people come into the pit. We are chasing down this guy in P12, and yeah, that happens. I just want to say that was not an intentional overtake. I missed my braking point, and quite rightfully so. This guy's pretty pissed off and breaks my wing. You know what? Fair play, mate. I would have done exactly the same, and I fully deserve that. On lap number 5, we're sort of just sitting and watching these 3 battle ahead. We don't really have the pace to get involved, and nor do we really want to, because I don't have the skill to get involved. I'm kind of forced to though, because we're on the massive straight. And coming down towards the braking zone, we're going to brake nice and early, and all 3 of them are not going to make the corner, so I'll make up 3 positions, which is, that's a nice feeling. I'm fucking dead inside. I found myself in the dizzying heights of P10, which I immediately thought, you know what, this is too much for me. So with my broken wing, I once again take my favourite line through the final corner, as we come to fix our wing, and just for a cherry on top, we get a 5-second penalty. I've just realised we're only on lap 7. We're only just halfway there. So on lap 7, we're gonna make a move on a ghost car. Probably best he was a ghost car, otherwise I probably would have taken him out like I did the other guy. And on lap number 9, we're actually going to make our position to P11 because someone else ahead of us has DNF'd. And at this stage, I was 1.5 seconds off P10, so my only goal was, can I finish in the points? I know that sounds incredibly optimistic, but I don't know where I was going with that. To the shock of absolutely no one, I'm sure, I could not catch P10. I was on fresher tyres and on faster tyres, but obviously I didn't have the pacer on this track. And we're coming through my favourite corner. You guessed it. So I had 2 laps remaining and a choice to make. Do I make a pit stop and probably break my wing again, or do I just stick it out because I'm an expert driving with no winger on this track? Mainly thanks to the penalties of the guy behind me, I decided to stick it out, and we're going to complete the final 2 laps with no wing because like I said, I'm an expert. I was also a bit scared that if I came into the pit again, the pit crew would actually just kill me. For the first time in this race, on lap number 12, something positive happens as one car ahead of us has retired, which means we're going to be up in the dizzying heights of P10 and actually on for points somehow. And I'll be honest, I don't know how I did it because I was driving probably one of the worst laps of my racing career, but the guy behind me was also having one of the worst laps of his career. So despite everything that's gone on in this race, I am actually going to score a single point. Honestly, including the wet race at the start of this video, that was probably the least fun experience I've ever had in my life. I was going to leave the video there, but I thought I need something to put in this video, something positive and good. So I decided, you know what, let's just do a race that isn't in Vegas. It is in the pouring rain, and we've got a shocking start. But all we needed was just something positive, and I don't get that. I've retired in the first 200 metres. On to the next race. We are in Britain. We currently sit at P2 after qualifying. We've got some pace on here, obviously. We're in intermediate conditions, but we get a decent start. We're going to put alongside Rambo. He is going to squeeze us to the inside as much as physically possible. We're forced to go off track, but for the most part, we've survived. We've made it further than Canada. We're down to P2, but it's clean. It's going well. I really don't think I deserve that. I didn't do anything to that guy. He just quite literally came out of nowhere and decided that my race should end. I didn't even get a chance to do a subscribe segment because I was genuinely so frustrated with my own driving in this video. I guess I'll do it now. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. Completely understandable if you don't. If I could unsubscribe for myself, I would, because I didn't enjoy that video.